Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome into Tom Curran's Patriots Talk Podcast. No Phil Perry today. We have upgraded. We have Patriots safety Kevin Byard with us. Kevin, three-time All-Pro, three-time Pro Bowler, joined the Patriots in the offseason as a free agent. And the first question I have is a really simple one. I'm trying to get my questions more succinct. Beside playing safety, what's your role here?
I would say, obviously been with Vrabel from 2018 to 2023. I think it's to come here, obviously, in a leadership role, obviously knowing what his culture looks like, what he want his organization to look like. I think I'm just here to try to enhance what's already been done here. Obviously, this team was just in the Super Bowl. It's great players already here. And honestly, it's already a great group of leaders on this team. A lot of guys that, since I've been in the building the past few months, have done a great job. But for me, it's more about coming in, being myself, and really just being infectious, having infectious energy, showing the younger guys how it is to be a pro. I'm going to my 11th season, so I've been there. I've done everything that you can possibly accomplish outside of winning the Super Bowl. So that's kind of like the last little notch I'm trying to get on my belt now.
And that's what I wanted to ask about next is you've had great success in the league, as I mentioned, the personal accolades. You've been in the postseason with Philly. You've been in the postseason, I believe, with Tennessee.
Yes.
You were there last year with Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
But there's got to be an urgency in your 11th year to say, I don't want to just get to the postseason. I want to play in all the games and be there at the end.
The urgency is definitely at an all-time high. Every single year you set a goal to go to the Super Bowl. I mean, all 32 teams do. And unfortunately, all but 31 teams won't win it. And so but that was always the goals every single year. I've been to basically every round from wild card divisional to the AFC Championship game. So I understand that it's very tough to not only make it there, but to make it there and win it. So really, I think just as right now, just obviously being in training camp, you just got to focus on what's right in front of you. You know what I mean? Like, you literally got to focus on just daily improvement, just keeping your head down, not looking too far into the future, not thinking about what happened last year, because as much success as this team had last year, none of that is going to help us this year and help us this season. It's not like you carry momentum from one season to the next. You got to start over from ground zero, build the foundation back up, and that's what we're in the process of doing.
It almost seems like they are less inclined, your team right now, these guys who were part of this team last year, are less inclined to say, we arrived, and more inclined to say, we really did not, quite honestly, represent ourselves well in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
That the way that game went down and the path they traveled, and the fact that people say, it's kind of an easy schedule, nice team, but they're not that good. That seems to be a greater motivator than them chest puffing about, we just went to the Super Bowl.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, I think it's, it's tough. It's tough to go into the Super Bowl and obviously not have the performance you wanted to. I mean, I've been in certain organizations, like I say, my second year with Vrabel, we went all the way to the AFC Championship game, and we was like 9-7, and we just start surprising teams in the playoffs. Derrick Henry went like this historic run, and we lost to Mahomes. And, you get into the offseason on the plane ride back home, and we're all talking like, yeah, you know what I mean? Like, we just got to do this a little bit more next year. We're going to be back. We're going to be back. And never got back there. You know what I mean? So you do understand that, hey, man, that climb is tough, but it's going to be even harder to climb it again because just like you said, I mean, the records or the teams that was played last year, but when you're the top dog, you're going to get, number one, everybody's best shot, but then also you're going to play every top team in every division. So, the schedule's going to be a lot tougher. But I think, like I told you, the culture, the coaching, from Braves to the players and their mentality, I think we have all that to be able to make another run. It's all about just putting it together and just focusing on the daily improvement every single day.
So here's another succinct question. You kind of answered it, but is this team any good?
Absolutely. I mean, at the end of the day, we haven't played any games. Right. So, the record isn't going to be able to say anything.
But you can sense, when you're on the field, you can sense the different position groups.
Oh, the talent
and
is
you
there.
Can say, they're pretty freaking good. You just pick a name, Ramondre Stevenson.
Yes.
You look at him and go, geez, I didn't know he was that good, maybe, because you haven't played against him a million times.
Yeah, I mean, I played against him a couple times, I think once in Chicago for sure. And obviously I knew he was a really good running back. But, getting in practice, I'm seeing like, oh, this guy has hands.
Yeah.
Like, at first I kind of just known as being a good runner, obviously a strong runner. But, he's made some one-hand catches during practice, going up and getting the ball over DBs and stuff like that. So, we have a talented backfield. And obviously everything starts with the quarterback. I mean, I was just in Chicago last year with Caleb Williams, who was obviously the #1 pick. They were both in the same draft class, and Drake Maye has immense talent. I mean, it's the reason why he was the runner-up for the MVP. So I'm excited to be able to play with him. And, we all talk about, A.J. Brown, the receiving crew. I mean, we got 2 talented tight ends. I mean, the weapons are there on offense. I ain't even got started on the defense in my secondary. But the talent is there, man. Like I said, we just got to make sure that we're continuously focused on the little things, because potential is really just another word for we haven't done nothing yet. So we got the potential, but we got to realize that potential and take it forward.
So one thing I thought about Maye during his college career and then since he's been here is his mental and physical toughness seem really exceptional. He's not a guy who seems to kick rocks if things aren't going his way. Mm-hmm. He doesn't get cowed or shy away from taking challenges, say, oh, I don't want to make a mistake here.
Right.
He really seems like an exceptional competitor, and I got to cover Brady for the entirety of his time here. I'm not saying he's Brady, but he takes it very seriously, and doesn't have a million off-field, or he's very football focused. How's
Absolutely.
that? See what happens if I'm not succinct? I just start babbling. Yeah. But you know what I'm saying?
I know exactly what you mean.
He's football focused.
I think one of the special qualities about him that I think is kind of underrated, and you kind of spoke to a little bit, is that, he's almost living in the shadow of the greatest quarterback, in my opinion, of all time. Mm-hmm. And for him to be able to come in, he doesn't seem like he's trying to live up to that. He's like, I just want to be Drake Maye. I want to be who I am. I want to be a great quarterback. His work ethic is second to none. He's very personable. I mean, and I won't say all, but, some quarterbacks and a lot of really talented quarterbacks sometimes, they're kind of either in the locker room, getting their stuff, going to practice, or they're in a meeting with their coaches. Like, he's around the locker room. He's one of the guys. He's playing ping pong with Hunter Henry all the time. Like, he's a very good person. But I just think his ability and his poise to be able to every single day just focus on the little things, focus on winning, focus on being better. I mean, he's only in his I think he's going to his 3rd year.
Correct.
And, I mean, the leadership skills that I'm seeing in his 3rd year for a young player, in my opinion, is pretty special.
Yeah, he drastically, and he might not agree because you don't want to say, but he drastically improved his fundamental stuff. Yeah. Like, I'm not the quarterback whisperer over here, but I pay attention enough.
Yeah.
And his basic fundamentals, which people lamented when he was coming out of North Carolina about, shoulders being open, he's stepping here and drops the ball and sometimes throws off platform for no reason. Mm-hmm. It doesn't happen now. I mean, he's just a talented kid. But I want to ask you about other guys who are talented. When you were in Chicago, you got to play against Romeo Doubs a couple times, obviously last year. You got to play with and against A.J. Brown over the course of time. You must have been with him in Tennessee.
I was teammates with him. 3 years. 3 years in Tennessee.
So what do the Patriots have on hand now in that wide receiver room? We're not even getting to guys like Booty, who I love.
Absolutely.
I love Keyshawn Booty.
Yeah.
And
deep threat right
Douglas,
there.
Mac Hollins, all those guys. What do they have on hand in that locker room right now?
Well, I'll speak on AJ first because obviously we were teammates. I remember our rookie year, his rookie year, when he came in. I think I was going to year 4 or 5, I think maybe 5 or whatever. One of those, 4 or 5, whatever.
16, and I think he was
19. He was 19.
Yeah,
he was drafted with Jeff Simmons and all those guys. So I remember when he first came in, we had a top 5 pick, Corey Davis receiver, who was a really talented receiver then. And I remember when he first came in, I was like, as a rookie, I was like, he might be our new #1 receiver. You know what I mean? Like, one-on-ones, he's killing everybody. And I was just like, man, he's a dog. And I remember his first game where he really broke out. We was playing against the Atlanta Falcons in Atlanta, and he scored like 2 touchdowns early in the game. I said, oh, he's arrived. You know what I mean? I was like, I think that's the year he actually – I think he made the Pro Bowl, I want to say. He made a Pro Bowl like his first year, he got 1,000. But, no, he's a special talent to where as though – and I spoke about this before, but I think just when you look at the X's and O's, the chess game of football, when you have a bona fide #1 receiver – because I played against AJ too. It's like when you're in the defensive meeting, the defensive coordinator is like, well – we kind of had to change up our coverage a little bit because we just don't want to lead this guy on the island by himself. So what does that do? Now you got to have 2 safeties high. You can't just load the box up and try to stop the run.
Which is what teams did a lot to them last year.
Exactly. So now you can't just load the box when you have AJ and also Romeo. That means lighter boxes. So I'm pretty sure Ramondre, Travion, they're all licking their chops, and our O-line is like, okay, we're going to get light box. We can run the ball a little bit more. Then maybe when they try to load the box, Drake Maye play action pass, slant to AJ. I'm just obviously I'm rambling. I'm not saying that's what we're
but
gonna
it
do.
also creates more room for crossers to guys like Pop.
Exactly, 100%. And he can work his moves in the slot. But speaking on Romeo, in playing Green Bay twice a year the past 2 years, if you know anything about Green Bay, they have a plethora of receivers as well.
Yep.
But there's not a true number one. There's like you got Christian Watkins, he does his thing. Jaden Reed, he does his thing. Romeo did his thing. But they all had different skill sets. I would argue that Romeo was in my opinion, the most complete receiver that they had as far as versatility. He's the route runner. He's the one who can win one-on-one all the time. I think he was really talented hands. He can go up and get the ball. So for us to be able to get him as well was really big. So, like I said, I'm excited about that room for sure.
What should we expect next week with Philadelphia coming in? 2 practices, not just the one, the 2.
Yeah.
You've been with them. You've been in with Vrabel, and you've seen the Patriots.
Yep.
I can't get over the 2019 joint practices were cool.
Yeah.
Down there when the Patriots
100%.
came in.
It was fun.
But again, succinct, Tom. Be succinct. What should we expect during these Eagles practices? And if you were a fan or a media member, what would you say that we should look at to gauge what's good and how they look?
Well, first I think we have to figure out who's going to be practicing and who's not, because a lot of these joint practice sometimes certain teams have injuries and stuff like that. So, but let's say everything's equals, everybody's healthy, for sure watch the one-on-ones. Receiver, I think that's always like when you got to get your popcorn ready for the one-on-ones. Everybody want to see the one-on-ones. But then also with, they got a talented front as well with Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis and those guys. So that'd be exciting to see. I think joint practices, in my opinion, they're they're better than the games. You know what I mean? Like, I think you get a lot more competition than the games because, especially as vets, you don't know how much you're going to play in the game. You may play 1 drive, may play 2 drives. So a lot of times the coaches are going to get you a ton of reps in these joint practices. So that's in my opinion, it's like a measuring stick a little bit to see all the work we've been putting in. Let's see it measure up against another team that obviously, we're tired of hitting each other. So let's go hit somebody else. So I think it'd be fun. Obviously, the biggest story is going to be AJ and obviously going up against all those guys. But I was in Philly as well, so I kind of know a lot of those guys as well. But no, it'd be really fun. I'm super excited about it. I mean, I get excited about all joint practices.
Do you?
Because just in my opinion, it's like that's game day in my opinion.
So 11 years in, 12 years in, is this your 12th season?
No, this is my 11th season.
It's your 11th season, excuse
yes.
me. It's never like, practice today.
No, man. I know. And truth be told, like I truly try to make the days count and don't count the days. And the reason being is like I know, especially knowing Braves, you almost got to trust the process. Like it's not supposed to feel good right now. These first 2-3 weeks in training camp, you're not going to feel good. But I guarantee you by the time week 1 comes around, your body's going to be refreshed. You're going to start to feel really good about everything. But right now, it's like we're in the dog days for real. I mean, honestly, we just had a preseason game. We're about to have practice tomorrow.
Yep.
And we're about to have like I think 3 or 4 practices and then the joint practices. And then we're going to have an off day we don't have an off day till Sunday. So it's like,
ooh, this is a bad stretch.
Yeah, you got to get your mind mentally prepared. It's like, okay, we're about to go a few days, but I mean, these are the times where you build the character of your team, you build the culture, because you want to see who's going to push through. You know what I mean? And the guys that normally push through are the guys that's going to help us, win during the season.
Talked about A.J. Brown, talked about May. What have you learned about Christian Gonzalez as a player and as a competitor since you've been here? Because I think it is exceptional.
Absolutely.
That a guy who is, I don't want to talk too much about money with guys because I do respect that you guys don't want to be looking, but he's due to make $4 million. He's in a position where he could make an average of close to $40 million, but he's still out there practicing.
Yes.
What have you learned about him as a competitor and a player and as a leader?
Yeah, honestly, I mean, especially in today's NFL, like I was almost surprised that once we got to training camp, obviously the deal wasn't done, whatever it may be, but it was like when I see him, like, oh, he's practicing. I'm like, I won't say that's new, but I'm like, that's pretty impressive. And that for me, obviously getting to know him over the spring, that was kind of matching up with his character and just getting to know him. Like, I think he's more concerned about truly getting better and wanting to play well. Because at the end of the day, regardless if the contract gets done or not, we still got to go out there and play ball. You know what I mean? Like we have a mission of trying to go win the Super Bowl. So I think that's just part of his maturation of being the leader. Like he's putting the team first over, his wants, which obviously everybody wants to get paid. I mean, truth be told, he's going to get paid. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know when it's going to happen. Like, obviously, I'm not a part of the negotiations, but the money is there. You know what I mean? It just depends. It's really timing. You know what I mean? So I think it just kind of speaks to his character. But the player, I've been admiring him from afar. Obviously, when I'm watching the Patriots games, like, you don't really get to see, like, unless you're watching, like, the true film and you're just watching games, you don't really get to see, like, up close and personal how he moves. The guy is so smooth.
Graceful.
It's almost like he's so athletic. He's so athletically blessed that it's just like he moves like it's easy. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like, and that's you have certain guys that it looks like they have to try so hard to move so fast.
So you played with Malcolm Butler.
Yes,
He's
I
a
did.
guy I contrast to.
Yes.
You got two opposite ends of the spectrum. Great corner, deserved the accolades and the big contract he got. But he had to bust his ass and run as fast as he could. He was a furious little Tasmanian devil chasing guys. Christian's just like a...
So it's funny when Malcolm came to Tennessee in 2018. This was Vrabel's first year in Tennessee. Vrabel gave him the nickname Street Rat. And it's not to diminish him or anything. Obviously, Malcolm was a great player, but it was kind of just like he was just so feisty. He was fight for every single thing. Right, if it's every rep, he just moving 100 miles per hour because that's just how he operated. That's how he, guy was undrafted. He felt like he still kept that undrafted mentality. Christian is literally, like you said, the complete opposite. I mean, this guy looks like he's barely trying. And then when the ball's thrown, he just turns around, just sticks his hand in there, bats the ball down like, why are you even trying me?
Right.
He's impressive. He's incredible.
Another thing I want to ask you it's also business oriented, but the way the business of the NFL is right now, and you experienced it having been a free agent a couple times now, the cap goes up so much every year that your contract becomes obsolete really fast.
Absolutely.
So if you get paid at the top of the market, and safety is not what we're calling these days a premier position.
Right.
Corner is a borderline premier position.
I think it's premier.
That's the thing.
Yeah, I think it's premier.
Wide receiver wasn't a premier position a few years ago. Now they're making $42 million.
That is true.
But it is a hard thing, I think, because of the CBA.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
You guys are getting 50%. That's what was agreed to.
Right.
But because of that, and because they're making so much money, as a whole,
Right.
the cap goes up a crap ton every year, and the contracts become obsolete.
Absolutely.
So I'm just making an observation. If you're a player who wants to come to the table a little bit early, you still want to try and say, well, I don't want my contract to be
right.
phased out within 3 months.
Yeah, it's crazy because, for example, I could use myself, for example.
Sure.
I remember when I was going up for my contract, that offseason, just previously, Eric Berry, that's how you know I've been in the league for a while.
Yeah,
so Eric
Kansas
Berry
City,
became the highest paid safety. I think he was at like $13 million or something like that. And then the next following offseason, Landon Collins got paid by Washington. He was at $14 million. This was probably like sometime in March. So I ended up agreeing to my contract with Tennessee. I was at like 14.1, just barely over. Like that December, Eddie Jackson, 14.6. You know what I mean? So it's like, that's really just the nature of the business. You know what I mean? It's like the job for every player, especially a top premium player, and I'm talking about premium position, but premium player, you need to continue to stack the market. And that's just my opinion. I think that's
to do well for the group.
To do well for the entire group, you basically keep pushing the NFL forward because just like you said, the cap continues to go up. Now, it's kind of like unprecedented in a way that, for example, some organizations don't like to discuss contracts until a player is on year 4, or they don't discuss contracts with a guy that maybe have 2 years left in the deal. Like every organization is a little bit different. But you have seen within previous years, or I think just past year, where Pat Surtain did a revised contract and he just got his deal. So every team is different. Every organization is different. I'm always going to be for the players. You know what I mean? And so I think if you're a player and you're playing at the top of your game and you're one of the best players in the league, but you're producing like the best player in the league, I always think your pay should align with the top of the market. Now, whether if a team is going to agree to do that or not, that's up to that organization. You know what I mean? But I'm always for the players for sure.
And it's just funny because the owners are on the run. The owners are on the run.
Yeah.
The 50-50 worked for a while.
I mean,
and
but
now
have you seen
have you seen the planes and yachts they have?
Well, but honestly, I think just this past week, I think they had just did like the evaluations for,
yes,
because the Lakers had just, I think it was the same day the Lakers sold. But I mean, I think the Cowboys like $15 billion or something.
Patriots
So
are like
I mean,
10.3.
And I think it's been like 25% plus from last year or something like that. So they're doing pretty well.
They are. Everybody,
I think everybody's doing well. Everybody's doing well.
Nobody's wondering what they're going to have for dinner.
Correct. Correct.
I want to tell you about a new podcast feed for our football listeners, okay? You want all your NBC Sports Boston football coverage in one feed? Of course you do. Subscribe to Foxborough Unlimited on your favorite podcast app. You're going to get your complete Patriots coverage, including this podcast, including Phil's Next Pats podcast, including Quick Snap with Brian Hoyer and David Andrews. For coverage of all the New England teams, as well as the best takes and discussions from Early Edition with Trenny and Boston Sports Tonight, check out the NBC Sports Boston Super Feed. You can find that Super Feed via the link in the show notes. Hey, want to do some irrelevant questions?
Why not?
Okay, this is where it's going to get good. What is your best sport aside from football?
My best sport? I would say golf.
I love it.
I would say golf.
Adam, did you hear that?
I'm not the greatest golfer, but I enjoy it. I can get up and down the course pretty good. So
absolute addict over here.
Yeah, really
addict.
I play bogey golf. You know what I mean? Like I'm.
And then absolutely nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, nothing wrong. When I retire, I'm trying to get a little bit better, but bogey golf is good enough for me.
Bogey golf is terrific. Just
absolutely.
Do you have how many rounds will you have where you say, I didn't lose a ball. This is the same ball I started with.
Whew, how many rounds?
I don't have.
I have yet to have one of those.
Right, see?
I have yet to have one of those. I wish I could.
That's like one of those sneaky, like how many penalty strokes you take, how many lost balls you have.
We're definitely taking a breakfast ball. I think that's
breakfast ball off one or
off one.
See, sometimes I'll go if I didn't go to the range first. I'll say you can have the breakfast ball until 6.
Yeah, and that's another thing.
You can have it in your pocket.
Let's talk about golf etiquette real quick. Like, I think sometimes we're a little bit too much of a stickler on like PGA rules and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, none of us are stretch golfers. Now there are a few in the league. All right, there's some really good golfers, but like we go out to the courses like, hey, let's play from the tips.
No,
like I'm not getting paid to do this. You know what I mean? Like I'm actually out here to try to enjoy my off day, or it's my like recovery little workout almost to kind of walk around. It's like, bro, I'm either playing from the blues or the whites. Like this it. You know what I mean? Like
we're gonna have a good time. We're gonna find our ball.
We'll smoke a little cigar. You know
on
what I mean?
or around the green in 2.
Exactly.
And then we'll see if we can get it down.
Let's see what our score is at the end. Like we're not out trying to break any course records. It's not happening.
It's funny too because I'm not a good rooter against other guys.
Yeah.
So when people want to gamble, I'm like, I'll gamble, but I don't want to go crazy because I really don't want to root against you.
Yeah, exactly.
I like to root for the other guy. Nice shot. That's great.
Right.
Pick that up. That's good. Good for you.
And if we gamble, it's not about to be a lot of money. It's just almost for fun. You know
100%.
Like,
It's just a little
$5, $10.
And then once it turns into a beatdown one way or the other, you just kind of forget about the
just like, or you just make a
croaked.
deal at the end, like, hey, I've been destroying you. Like, hey, let's just cut that in half.
We can have appetizers. You get the
Yeah,
appetizers.
exactly.
All right, we're gonna have to take care of that. Plenty of guys, and plenty of great golf courses out here.
I'm looking forward to playing some.
All right.
I haven't played any yet.
Well, you need to talk. There's a lot of people to talk.
There's
to.
a couple guys on the team.
Do you know who's ridiculous? Barringer.
Really?
He I think tried to qualify. Mass Am, Adam. Yeah, Mass Amateur. He tried.
Well, honestly, the best golfers on probably every NFL team are the specialists.
Mm-hmm.
I have a former player that I play with, Ryan Suckup. He's doing the I think it's like a pro athletes, like retired players. Yep. They're all doing they're basically on tour.
Yep.
He's incredible. He's probably like a +2 or something like that. He's incredible.
Matt Castle, Hoyer. I played with Hoyer. Hoyer hits it far. Anyway, people out there like, just talk about the friggin' football and your irrelevant questions, please. All right, so golf. Favorite animal, non-dog?
I'll probably say lion.
I love it.
Yeah, I love lions. I'm a Leo, and so I think as a kid I was fascinated with lions because I was a Leo, and so I was like,
what are the attributes of Leo? You know off the top of your head?
I do not know.
All right, because I'm a Scorpio, which is the most passionate of the signs.
Well, I mean, I know it say you like to be complimented. It's just little stuff, but I'm not too much of a horoscope guy.
All right, fine.
I used to love watching National Geographics and watching lions hunt. It's actually some of the most impressive stuff you will see. Like literally, they're game planning and how they're going to trap this animal and basically ambush him. It's actually pretty impressive. You should watch National
Good.
Geographic.
I like the lion. All right, you went from Philly, where you were born, to Georgia at 14.
Yes.
Take me through what that felt like at kind of a tender age, going to a new state, new city, different culture, and say, "Hey, I'm Kevin."
Well, I tell you what, it was a complete culture shock. I mean, and I would tell it for anybody, like moving from northeast all the way down south, complete culture shock. Number one, you can't walk anywhere. You got to drive everywhere. So if you don't have a car, you're basically out of luck. People talk a lot slower down south. The food's different. But, I mean, during that time, it was like my parents had got divorced. So it was definitely a tender time where it was like trying to figure all that stuff out during your adolescence years. But, I mean, I will tell you what, football is completely different down there. I mean, football is like, I ain't going to call it religion.
Yeah.
But, I mean, the town shuts down on Friday night. So I enjoyed that part for sure. Like, if you want to be cool, popular at school, be a good player on the football team.
I have great respect for and many, many friends from the Massachusetts high school football community.
Yeah.
But there is a massive difference as you move south.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
And I've covered teams in Vermont. One of my
Yes.
first jobs in New Hampshire. It changes south to Massachusetts, and it just gets more intense as you go.
More intense.
Imagine the Division VI state champions from Texas coming up here and play. It's just different.
I mean, you go to
look
South
at all those kids in
Georgia.
Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah, I mean, Florida, Georgia. I mean, Florida, Georgia, Alabama, even Mississippi, Louisiana too as well.
Louisiana, yeah.
Some serious football going down there.
Speaking of which, just segue, you watch the Little League World Series because it's on right now.
I've been watching a little bit.
Love it.
I don't watch as much as I used to. I don't watch as much as I used to.
All right, that was. What's the dumbest thing that you spent money on after you got a new contract?
The dumbest thing.
When you said, "Why did I buy that?"
Let me think about that. That's a pretty good question.
I asked Tom Brady this 23 years ago.
What did he say? I'm curious. Do you remember?
Yeah.
He said 23 years ago?
Yeah, because I've been doing this for a long time.
Yeah.
And I said, he goes, I bought a pair of $800 sunglasses. So this was 2000.
Holy shoot. $800
5.
sunglasses. Okay.
He goes, I bought a pair of $800. Now he would laugh at $800.
Yeah, I mean, I would almost say it'd be for sure some material stuff that I did need. You know what I mean? Like, I've probably spent more than that on some shoes, for sure.
Did you buy a ridiculous car?
Oh, yeah. I bought a couple of ridiculous cars, honestly, and I've sold a majority of them. And, like, clothes, and it's funny because, like, now I've gotten to the point where I guess you can call this now I'm smarter, but a lot of the clothes that I did buy that was, like, luxury designer clothes, like, I would actually sell them to, like, consignment stores to get partial some of my money back. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so
because I'm like,
it's not a total beat.
You buy
beat down.
certain clothes and they immediately go out of fashion or out of trend. So it's like, you might just have all this stuff sitting in my closet. Let's get rid of this stuff and see if I can get a little bit back from it.
See, and that's the same
I've been
thing
trying to
with
tell
cars.
young guys that. Don't have all that stuff sitting in your closet. Get rid of it and sell it.
No, it's the same thing with cars.
Exactly.
I mean, you don't need to buy it new when it's $650,000. Buy it with 12 miles on it.
The prices of cars have gotten ridiculous.
What is a hobby, and I actually might already know this, a hobby that 14-year-old Kevin could never have imagined you enjoying?
Golf, for sure. Golf, for sure. I would have never thought I'd be playing golf whatsoever. But it's funny. I think actually having children and spending a lot more time, especially during the off season, especially when my kids were really young, it was really like I'm out on the golf course and I'm out in the sun and I just sat down on the golf cart. I'm like, I think I'm gonna have to start playing golf a lot more often. You know what I mean?
I would take my kid, the first one, and I would bring him to the range with me and put him next. And again, I'm not a scratch golfer, but I love to play.
Absolutely.
You just sit there and I'd hit balls and he'd just be sitting there. And then when we had 3 boys in 3 years,
Right.
we'd be out back and I'd just have the little plastic balls and just hit lob wedges all over the backyard while they're playing.
It's actually pretty funny because you mentioned Matt Castle. Matt Castle goes to a country club in Tennessee. He lives in Nashville.
Yep.
So he goes to a country club that we're both members of, and I know his children, his whole family. And
He's a
everything.
maniac.
So, but yeah, he's told me that a lot. He was like, "Hey, your kids." I have a 5-year-old son that's about to turn 6. My daughter as well. He was like, "Yeah, man. Like at this age too, just take him out to the golf course with you and just throw a golf ball out there. Just let him hit a little bit. Don't make it serious, but just let them have some fun and then take us some ice cream afterwards. They will love you for that, and they will probably fall in love with the game of golf."
You know what Sevi Ballesteros? I don't know if you heard him, a Spanish golfer from the 80s, 70s and 80s. His father used to wait until he was having a good time, and then he'd take him out.
Really?
Once he starts having fun, he'd say, "Okay, we're leaving."
It's time to go.
So he wanted to come back.
So he just imprint that
He
in
would
his memory.
torture him. Yep, time to go. You having a good time? Let's go.
That's some pretty smart reverse psychology.
What's the hardest you've ever hit somebody?
The hardest I ever hit somebody, you know what's crazy? Last year, I had some pretty big hits last year, truth be told. I hit a guy on the sideline, Turpin, for the Cowboys. And, like, it was this funny picture. You could see the host because, like, I hit him towards the sideline. They had a camera angle of me hitting the guy. You see everybody on the sideline. It's like, like with a crazy face. That was probably one of my hardest hits for sure.
What's the hardest you've been hit? And you can go back to high school if you need to. Pop Warner.
No, so it's so funny. This was actually me tackling somebody, right? So Cordell Patterson.
Oh yeah, the Vikings.
Returner, yes. So he was with he was with the Bears at this time. I was in Tennessee, and he caught a screen pass going across the field, and he had like jumped over a pile, and I was about to go hit him, but he was still in the air, and he came straight down, like his helmet down, and boom, and I made the tackle, but I fell back. So obviously I was more the nail than the hammer. And I remember getting up, running to the side. It was like a third down. And I remember it was fourth down. I remember getting up, trying to run to the sideline, and literally like stumbled 2 steps to the right. And I had regained my balance and sat down. And you talking about seeing stars?
Yeah.
It was.
And you practiced and played with Derrick Henry. I mean,
luckily I never had to hit Derrick during practice.
I love his high school highlights.
That guy was serious. You see his stats in high school?
Yeah.
Somebody just broke his rushing record, I think, last year. A kid, and he had congratulated him, but Derrick's rushing stats in high school was like he ran for like over 12,000 rushing yards. Think about that. I mean, he was averaging like over 3,000 rushing yards a year in high school.
Imagine if he was in Massachusetts.
Right.
Who's your most amusing new teammate?
Marcus Jones.
He is amusing.
Marcus Jones. That's my guy.
What about Will Pop?
Pop is really funny too. He's cool. But me and Marcus, like our lockers is really close to each other. And we just joke and laugh, and we always have a good time. We was having a good time last night in the preseason game. He's just a funny dude, good, solid dude.
He really is. A lot of good, solid dudes. I mean,
his locker room is really good.
There are very few guys who I encounter who I'm like, not just. There's generally good guys.
Right.
I mean, but they've done a very good job of hiring guys who are personable about their business, professional.
Yes.
Doesn't matter if you're playing professional football or if you were in a corporate setting.
Right.
This guy would fit in. It's really.
I would say that just from my experience on this team, it's probably one of the few teams, or if not only teams, that I've been a part of where you don't have like, a lot of times in certain teams you had a guy that's like, it's got a lot of stuff to him. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like it's a lot of professionals on this team, guys that come in, put their work in. We have a good time, but it's like you don't have a lot of selfish guys on this team. You don't have a lot of like a-holes or whatever. Maybe it's like real solid guys that truly just want to win. And it's like we're all working towards the same goal. And I mean, that's a pretty good thing. It's a pretty good thing.
My last question. Do you ever, when do you reflect and kind of express a little gratefulness to yourself or upstairs or whoever about the experiences that you've been able to have?
That's a pretty good question. Honestly, I would like to say I try to every day, but honestly, I still pinch myself because, like, I've been in the mode of my life that, like, I've always had my head down, just been working. I would even tell you now, like, I would have never thought I'd been able to play this long, have the success I've had in my career. And, like, I still don't feel like it's really set in and hit me for what it truly is. My wife tells me this all the time, like, you need to really, like, think about what you've done. Like, I'm so still, like, I still feel like I got so much work to do. I still feel like I haven't accomplished everything I want to accomplish. So maybe when I'm retired, maybe a couple years after I'm done, it may just hit me when I'm sitting on the porch, smoking a cigar, and it may just
16th hole.
I may just have like a That's So Raven moment where I'm just like, I've literally played this man in leagues and I've accomplished this. Like, but for right now, it's like I'm still in the race. You know what I mean? I'm still trying to chase greatness. So, but I do, send my prayers up every morning to the big man upstairs. But it hasn't hit me. I feel like it truly hasn't hit me yet because I still feel like there's a lot more to accomplish.
It'll hit you on the golf course.
And, as a player, it's like you want to be great. It's like you never want to feel like you're done because the moment you feel like, hey, I've accomplished everything, you feel like it's over. You know what I mean? The moment you think you got it, oh yeah, I got it. You don't want to be coached no more. Like you can't teach me nothing no more. That's when the end is probably near. You know what I mean?
It's funny. I guess Bill Parcells, I didn't cover him, came the year after. But he said once you get to a point where you're coming up to a pile and you look at it and say, I don't have to jump on that pile as a defensive player, that's when you're about to be done.
That sounds about right.
Listen, congratulations on an amazing career so far and all the things you're
it.
chasing. I wish you great health and success this year. I think it's going to go great. And,
Absolutely.
Hopefully we'll see you more on our airwaves. We never know.
I'm always going to be around. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, take care. Ladies and gentlemen, we're back. I almost forgot. Hey, what's your number? Kevin Byard, you are wearing number 31 this year.
Yes.
Is that the number that you would have selected? Is that the one that you asked for? Did you wrest it away from someone? Why 31?
Yeah, so it's funny. So I wore 20 in college. And
Like 20.
it's just the number they gave me. And I broke a lot of records at MTSU. And so when I got to the league, I got 20 in Tennessee. Preseason, had a really good preseason, called 2 interceptions. I was balling. And so when you get to the end of the preseason and the cuts are being made, I got a call from the equipment manager. It was like, hey, we had a veteran corner on the team at the time. His name was Parrish Cox. Hey, he wore 20 in San Francisco, and he wants 20. So you got to pick another number. I'm like, well, I mean, what's available? You know what I mean? He was just like, yes, there's some numbers in the 40s and the high 30s and then 31. I was like, well, it's the next best number, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
And then
31's got a good shape to
at the
it.
time, you know, Cortland Finnegan, who was a good player for the Tennessee. So I'm like, I'll take 31. And so I kind of took 31 and ran with it and had some good success there in Tennessee. And so when I got to Chicago, I kind of had to make a arrangement with a player there to get the number. And obviously, as you all know, Craig Woodson had 31 last year, so had to make another arrangement. And he looks pretty sweet in number 4. So
He looks
good in number 4.
really good. I love single-digit numbers.
It was funny. He didn't. I don't think he didn't necessarily want to give it up, but because I didn't think he didn't think it was going to be any other good numbers available or something like that.
4 looks good.
Yeah, but 4 looks really good on him.
4 looks like a hitter.
It does.
Now, if you could have done it at Middle Tennessee, would you have taken 3 for AI? Big Allen Iverson guy.
I would have. I definitely would have, for sure. I would have took a single digit quick. It was funny because we had a really good receiver at MTSU with a number 3. Any single digit in college looks really cool. I'm honestly still getting used to the single digits in the league. And I think maybe because, like, I came in the league when there wasn't a thing.
Oh, Brady hates them.
Yeah, like it wasn't a thing.
You can't tell the position groups now.
Yeah, it's like it kind of, you know, the league is starting to feel a little bit more like college football when it comes to that now. Because college football, that's the thing. But in the league, it's like it's supposed to be a little bit more traditional, da-da-da-da. But, I mean, I guess it's cool.
All right, we got to the bottom of that. Go about your life.
Yes, sir. Thank you.